The only thing worse than death is thinking about what could have been when something was alive. This is something that I feel the remaining cohort of the Turn 10 developers know very well. In case you haven't heard, on December 16th, 2025, Forza released their end-of-year statement, where they give a bunch of updates on their current franchises, and even news on upcoming projects such as the much-anticipated Forza Horizon 6. Now, naturally, there was a section on Forza Motorsport, and within the last 2 sentences, they mentioned that they will no longer be supporting the game, which includes bug fixes and constant updates, but they will keep the online services on. Effectively, what this means is that this game is effectively dead. Go and please play Forza Horizon. Although this not might mean much to a lot of the newer fans to the franchise, considering how Horizon is the dominant game within the Forza universe, but to a lot of us older fans, this is kind of sad because once upon a time we only had Forza Motorsport. A lot of us got our start from Forza Motorsport 3 or 4, and even some of the biggest voices in the community such as AR12 Gaming. If you do go to his channel, his very first series was the Forza Motorsport 4 career mode. I'll even go as far as to argue that up until Forza 6 or 7, it was the premier motorsport game in all of console. It was really after the poorly executed 7th installment in the Motorsport series did the shift really go full force into Horizon. Although there's nothing wrong with that, what really bugs me is that the current motorsport game isn't even that bad at its core. Just for this video, I went back on the game and played a couple of laps, and I was reminded as to how fun and exhilarating the racing actually is in this. The handling is pretty decent on controller, and despite that buggy oversteer complaint towards the beginning of the game, that was fixed pretty quickly. And overall, I would say this game does its best in its audio engineering and scenic department. I mean, just blasting down the Le Mans straight on the Mazda Furai, hearing that rotary engine scream, it is an experience and a half. If you go check out this YouTube channel, I Suck at Driving, he still uploads daily laps around various tracks in Forza Motorsport, and it is somewhat therapeutic just watching that process. Because when it's not buggy, this game simply looks and sounds great. The biggest issue came is that when I remembered why I stopped playing, there simply isn't anything to do. The menu is completely lifeless. The career mode is not even really a career mode. And the online just exists for the sake of existing. It is really up to yourself to make it fun, but that can only go so far when there's little support, and as of now, completely no support from the developers. I did have a bit of hope towards May of 2025 when they reintroduced Fujimi Kaido after like 12 years and brought in cars such as the JZX 100. I think the last time that car was in any AAA video game was during the PS1 and Xbox era. I could be wrong though. So it did go to show that the developers still had some passion left inside of them. However, as you all know, there was a big employee layoff thanks to the AI boom, and Microsoft needed to make some cuts. Obviously, it made sense to cut the development team of a game that's not getting much love. So the rest of the team was forced to go and work on Forza Horizon 6. Another very sensible move given how Forza Horizon 6 is arguably the most anticipated racing game in the past 5 to 6 years. For some reason, despite that shaky launch of Forza Motorsport, it reminded me of the release of Cyberpunk when it was filled with bugs and glitches. However, through constant support and update, it is now regarded as one of the greatest games of all time. Now, I didn't really expect Forza Motorsport to be one of the greatest games of all time, but I did expect it to be a hell of a lot better than what it is right now. As of the time of this recording, as we're closing in the 2.5 years in this game, and seeing the news that there will be no support for it officially stated by the Turn 10 team, I think this is really game over for the Motorsport franchise. Because realistically, there is no way they are putting any effort in this given the launch of Horizon 6 and obviously updating and keeping up with it after launch. It's hard to see when they will allocate resources to maybe make this game a bit better. Although there is a loyal daily player base of around 600 people as per StreamDB info, I think that's just gonna wither out quite soon. And if you are a person of stats, you can see that this figure almost doubled when the update came out, proving once again that if they did bothered to work on this game, this could have been something great. To me, this is just wasted potential which is rotting away, and it feels like the sun has set on the motorsport franchise. As a longtime motorsport fan, I can only hope that it will one day rise again. But until then, I'm Sam Synced, and it is a good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever in the world that you are.